Hey everybody, Jeff here. We are making apple pie today. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys today, believe it or not, because like I said, I know it's kind of boring when we cut the apples, but we are doing apple pie today. All right. So bear with me here, and we're going to get the next ingredients out. Because this is the next part. It's going to be pretty easy. But I got butter on my arm. Okay, so we're going to turn it this way. And as you're coming on, make sure to say hi. I like to talk to everybody. All right, and I'm using a recipe. All right, so there we go. Can you all see me okay? All right. So the next thing that we're going to need for the apple pie. So this one will go in the fridge. After I get these done, I'm going to go ahead and add the next ingredients, okay? And the reason why I'm doing that is because it took a long time to cut up the apples to make several different apple pies, okay? And I know a lot of people have been asking me to make rhubarb pie and strawberry rhubarb pie, which we are going to get to. But right now, we are going to need 6 to 8 tart apples pared, basically 6 cups. So this one over here, 4, 8, this has 12 cups. This has 8 cups, 8 cups, 4 and 8 cups, okay? So this one here's got 12 cups of apples in it, okay? So in other words, we'll double it up, so it's for 6 cups apples according to our recipe, all right? Yes, I'm gonna go off the recipe because I need to make these correct. Okay, so you're gonna want 3, 4, so basically 2 cups of sugar is what you're gonna want. Let me get the sugar out, and that is gonna go into the 12. Okay, everything else just gonna get 1. So the others are gonna get 1. So pull out your measuring cups. I like to use cups. I got bowls. You guys have seen me everything I've got. Tell me where you're from. Tell me when you're coming in. Okay, I want to know where everybody's from. I want to know who everybody is. Come on, people, talk to me here. You guys know I do these pies. And I did put a thing in to be able to send pies out to people. We're figuring all that out as we speak, and because I think it'd be a good idea to actually send people pies. Okay, so the one that has 12 cups, we added 2 cups of sugar. All the other ones are going to get 1 cup of sugar, okay? Because then they'll have to stew for a little bit. So 1 cup. 1 cup. You notice I got butter in there too? There's a reason. And then 1 cup. However, because it is my pie, there you go. All right, there we go. And by the way, once I get all these in there, then I'll start mixing everything together, and I'm going to put it into a bigger pot. But because I have to make the crust first, okay? The crusts are going to be pretty important, and I'm going to do a separate video on that. I got to get these in the refrigerator first. Okay. Next, we're going to need 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. So break it down. So 4 tablespoons for the 12, 2 tablespoons. Let's see here, 6 cups. 4, 8. I said that wrong. So 12, 4, 8. 8 and 8. Sorry about that. So I said it wrong, so we're okay though. So you're going to want 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour. So you got 12, 4, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. Add just a little bit more to be on the safe side. All right. So 1.5 on each one of those. These will be 1.5. Okay, 1.5. Because I'm doing several pies. So put a little bit more in there. Give me a little more in there. It's not going to matter too much, this part. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't, is what I'm trying to say, is you're okay if you want to kind of play around with it a little bit. So it's your recipe. Well, it's everybody's recipe, but it's nice out today. I got the light on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1/4 of sugar to the other ones. Okay. Kind of compared to what I already put in there, then I should be all right. Okay, we're good. I know. I'm kind of shooting from the hip here, folks. Okay, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon. 1 teaspoon. Ah. Ouch. It's funny. There you go. So that's a half teaspoon. That's a half teaspoon. That's a tablespoon. Yes, you guys watch me for the entertainment value. I know. You're not sure if when I'm gonna cuss next. 1 teaspoon. Me? Not me. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So it'll be 2 in there, and I'm gonna put 1 in the others. Okay. If I can get the ground cinnamon in there. 1. Okay. 1. 1. 1. And this one has to have 2. And a little bit more. And a little bit louder now. And a little bit louder now. Because you really want the apple, okay? And as you're doing it, you can put the ingredients back away, like I do. Just because I don't want to have a mess today. I've already made a mess the last couple days. Alright. Now you're going to do a dash of ground nutmeg. But one of the things... Oh, I already got it out, don't I? Okay, that's a clove. So this is ground nutmeg here, okay? And what I also like to add, if you guys want to know a little bit of what I do, you can add a little bit of clove too, but make sure it's ground clove. So you're going to add a dash. Nutmeg. Don't go overboard. But just add a dash. Okay. And then I add a little bit of clove. You don't have to, but that clove has that little bit of that Indian spice in there that it I got the wind blowing over here. I gotta have to shut one of my windows here. Just because it's blowing my ingredients out. There, sorry, I got the exhaust fan on. Whoops. Alright. Now a full clove, if you grind it up yourself, will taste even better. If you know what a clove is, I would recommend anybody that is dealing with cloves, look it up. And you'll understand why it's important. Okay? So, next pie, then 2 tablespoons of butter. We put the butter in there. And then I got more than that, so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let all this soak. What I'm going to kind of do, though, is I'm going to tear apart the butter. I got too much butter in. But I do that for a reason, because we're going to put butter back in, taking half the butter off. Yes, you saw it right. I got a lot of butter in there. Alright. The reason why I do that is because as we get it all stirred in, that butter will mix with it, and we need to have it all mixed really well. So now we're going to mix it, okay? So now we're going to mix them up. Let me get a spoon out. Let me get... Oh, I prefer using a wooden spoon. So. Alright. Don't need it all. Well, maybe just a dash. Here's some things I do that nobody else does. And you probably shouldn't, because it may not work right for you, but it works okay for me. So, go figure. Let me know where you're from. Talk to me here, folks. I'd love to hear from you. We're done with this. Now we gotta do is stir them up. Okay? So, as we stir, we put our stuff clean over there. That stuff's clean. Give me my secret ingredient here, which you notice I put in, but this is actually going to start with the pies and then not start with the crust. It just tasted really good in the crust. And I don't tell anybody what's in this one. I kind of show you a little bit every once in a while, but it's no one's business. And I need one more wooden spoon. Actually, I'll use a spatula. These are a little, we're going to stir it up. Get it going in there. Really get it nice. Get that stuff coated. And then I'm going to let it sit out for a few minutes. These are a medium. This is these are Gala. These are Gala. They're a medium sweetness apple that I'm using. As you can see here. Well, sorry, the others, these are they're Gala, but they're sweetness. So they got a little tartness to them. I always like having it because you're adding sugar and stuff, so you kind of want that tartness a little bit. Okay. I want to get it in there nice and good. We're going to stir each one, then I'm going to get a bigger bowl out. You'll see. And then hopefully it'll, because I had so many bowls because we were cutting apples that I needed to, I had to be careful. But now I got to get this stuff stirred. And it's kind of hard to stir in these smaller bowls. My bigger pans I still have downstairs in my storage, which I got to bring back up because I'm using them. Because most of the cooking I do is usually in the winter time. But my dad, I'm also making this according to my dad. Now, you can add walnuts and you can add pecans or whatever kind of nuts you want to it. My dad likes walnuts, so I will be adding some nuts. But I don't want to add up to all of them, okay? But right now we're just trying to get that spread around. Okay. So I got 2. This next one in there. Alright, I'm going to cut that through there. Okay. Ah, dang it. Sorry. Tried to do this without making a mess, but obviously I can't do that, so there you are. Okay. So kind of push that butter down, because you kind of, like I said, the apples they'll stew in there, they'll start releasing, but you want it to soak, because you want to get that cinnamon and sugar in there. You want to get those flavors right. I'm not an expert, I don't claim to be, but I want to get those flavors right. So talk to me here on there if your guys are there. We're getting that all nice and stirred in there. Now we have one more to stir in. And then I'm going to try to get the... I'm trying to think if I have a bigger bowl. And where I put it at. Well, because I do actually have something bigger I'll use. And then I'll put it back in these. But I want to get them all stirred first like this, so that they all get coated. Okay. So right now we're just getting them coated. There we go. Now I'm going to get a bigger, no, don't fall out on me. I'm going to do these things. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to do something kind of crazy. Don't copy off me, folks. I'm only going to do this to try to get it all stirred in better. And it's not the proper way of doing it. It'd be interesting if it works. But I'm going to do a shake approach. Yep, I told you we do things differently. But we need to get everything a certain way. Okay. And then I can clean these bowls out, then we can put them back in the bowls when we're done with them. Okay. So, get the big one. Okay. Yeah, you guys go ahead. If this falls, you guys can laugh, and it'll be make a meme out of it. Don't do what Jeff does. So, and the reason why I'm doing it like this is because I need a bigger area. So, okay. And I need to be able to stir. Get everything in there, right? And then I'm going to get out 2 bigger pans, clean the smaller pans. Alright, let's do it all. There we go. But everything has to be coated, and I'm sorry, but you gotta do whatever you gotta do to get these coated the right way. Because if they don't coat, if everything, because when you start baking the apples in the pie, they all have to be a certain consistency, okay? Remember that. I'm sorry, I'm going to be putting them back in there. I'm just using this as a stirring mechanism right now. Okay. I don't think I can get all those in here, but we're going to try. We're going to try. Okay. And if you notice, I cut my apples thick. Some of them are thick, some are thin, because I make sure the big ones are on top. They will get nice and soft. The small ones will go in between. Alright. Don't fall, don't fall. Good. Alright. So, now we got that in there. Now I gotta get a bigger, I'm gonna get a bigger container out so that I can, because I don't like having plastic. Alright. So, time for me to find a bigger bowl. Good luck with that one, right? Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to cover up the cameras. Okay, so there we are. And now, we're the big monsters. Alright, I got them downstairs, I think. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back. Okay. It's all about doing it. See how it's getting coated? So, problem is, the other one, I don't think the paint's going to hold the other one. This one will, but the other one won't. Which means I will have to get my mom's pan out. Which I love using my mom's pans. You'll see. Alright. I have the nuts out anyway. Because they left the asylum. Now we're having the chocolate. Alright. Oh, I love my mom's bowls. Remember these bowls? So, once again, I'm channeling my inner mother. I love you, Mom. And then I got the nuts because part of them's they're gonna have nuts in one part of the apple pie. So once I get those nuts in there, so we're gonna take this here then. Take that here, and we're going to. So I need a bigger bowl. I guess Mom's wasn't big enough. It's alright. I'll use that bowl. There we are. So, now we just stir them around, and I'll put these in the fridge. And then when I start the pie crust, I got to do some stuff outside first. I'll go live here and do the pie crust. We're going to do a double pie crust. And I'm going to try to do the weave pattern. I did it the other day, and I gave it to my neighbor, and they said it turned out good. And so I'm going to try it again. The weave pattern is the ones you always see on TV, and those really special ones, which to me it's a little bit harder. And so some of that. Okay. So anyway, we're getting it. I know you guys can laugh at this, it's fine. And now that it'll start getting in there, it'll turn into a nice liquid form, and that's gonna be what's in the this will all go into the pie crust. I quit dropping it. There we are. All right, this has to go in the fridge now. Let's see here, I'm gonna add a little more butter to that one, and I'm gonna add a little more butter to that one. All right, so that's the first part, everybody. And yep, I cut my apple. I cut mine a little bit bigger than everybody else's, but anyway, I will be live here in just a little bit, and we will do the crusts. These have to sit for about an hour or two. I may do them tomorrow. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna let that all get in there, and I'm gonna stir every once in a while. You know, because you want you still want the apples to maintain their crunch. Okay, make sure you try it. Good, really good. So good. Bam. Not bam. I'm gonna get in trouble for copyright or something. So, got my good friend with me today, helping me out, and can't ask, you know, when you do this stuff, you guys probably wonder why I didn't go live when I was cut. Well, it's because it was me and my buddy. You know, I do things with friends and family, and I don't do them live. Okay, I don't do everything in my life live. I do have a lot of live feeds. If you go to Marine Panther 1 on YouTube, you'll find my YouTube page. You'll see that we do this kind of stuff And for a while I was trying to do it more professional than what I'm doing now, but you know what? It's just about having fun. It's about doing it with friends, family. I'm doing it with you guys. And I learned that my cousins come on here and watch me. My actual cousins, my family, my flesh and blood. And then other Marines that I served with and others I don't. And we get to talk and have a good time. I got to meet people from all over the world, which is awesome. So, that being said, everybody, I'm going to go back on live here in just a little while. Hey, Brandy. Sorry if I can't see you guys. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the fridge. Hey, Gooter, how you doing? Alaska Gold Miner, how you doing? And we will make pie crusts. I could probably do them now, but I have to put these in the refrigerator. Okay. But I think Mississippi Mud, how you doing? But I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I got to put the nuts in. So actually, hold on. We're gonna do one more thing first. I'm gonna go ahead and add the nuts now. So we're gonna add this pecan. I need walnuts. Alright, so these are walnuts, and I am going to add walnuts to one of them. So the walnuts are going to go in this one here. My dad likes walnuts, and we'll add the walnut. Okay, that's okay. Making sure they smell okay. So I'm putting walnuts in these. So we're adding walnuts, okay? Sorry, we weren't ready done yet. I just don't like nuts. I mean, I like nuts, don't get me wrong. I don't like nuts. I do like nuts. I don't know. I know my dad really likes walnuts, so he also likes pecans, almonds, cashews. I don't. But we're gonna put them in there, and that because it's got to absorb also. You got to get that, you know, to have that taste. So, and I always make sure with people first, make sure they're not allergic to nuts or have a nut allergy. You know, 20 years ago, you never really had to ask anybody if you had a nut allergy. Nobody had nut allergies, so I don't know what happened with the world. All right, we got that. So, the fall I could eat it. Okay. So we got the walnuts in there now. You guys saw me add the walnuts. Trying to think if I want to add any pecans too. Believe it or not, it's part of everything. I think I'm one of the pies I'm going to add some pecans also. But I'm going to add pecan pieces, not the full pecan. So we'll get some pecans in this one here. I don't know if people are going to like it or not, but they're going to get some pecans. So this should be a very interesting pie combination. If not, we'll be making more pies for the next couple weeks because I'm going to give these people that don't like them, and then I will get them something they like. So let's get these pecans all stirred in. Okay. There we are. Yeah, look at that. Okay. Get that butter pushed around a little bit. So this is going to be interesting. My mom used to add nuts to everything. Definitely adds another texture to it. Alright, so that adds a texture to it. That one there is not going to get the nuts. I need one pie with no nuts. I got enough nuts in my life the way it is. So we're going to get these in here like this. Get that all stirred around nice. Make sure all those, you got to get it even. You can't just, you know, that's why we stir. We're also making sure that every apple is coated. The more we stir, the more we're getting the apples coated, okay? Because it's turning to liquid at the bottom, which is what we want, and they'll soak in that liquid. All right, there we go. So, I don't like nuts, but they do put out another flavor in there. So when you add the walnuts, Like there's nothing on this one, but you'll get a walnut taste, which my family has always liked. Oh, let me get out the sweeper. All right. So we got everything mixed around, turned around, and hopefully that's all there is to it. All right, now I got to get these in the fridge. I got to get some stuff done outside. If you guys wanted me to do my garden video, I'll just keep this on and I'll just bring you outside because I just got to get since it did not rain today, I do have to turn on my garden, so I'll just take you guys with me and we'll do some garden videos too. Okay? Alright, I need to take some pictures. Good. Alright. So, who wants to join me outside? We're going to go out to the garden and I got to put these in the fridge first. So bear with me, talk to me, tell me where you're from, tell me who you are, and then we'll come back in and we'll do crusts. Got crust from last time. Alright, remember my crust from last time? Yeah, I got one left over because I made a lot. Alright, put that guy in there, give me this one. So, I gotta do something with lettuce. Alright. And taste that. That's a problem with this stuff. When you make it, you eat it. And I shouldn't be eating it like that. Right? Alright. That's my fault. Some butter in there. Alright, we're good. Alright, let me clean up my mess here. Did not use that. Alright, let's see here. Hey, I got some of my other friends on. How you guys doing? Nancy, Jeff, Helen, Bob, Scott, Chris, how you guys doing? Steve, Angie. If I didn't say your name yet, put it on there for me so I can say your name. Wow. So that was, we're gonna do two things today. I gotta clean up my mess here. And we're gonna go outside because I gotta check my garden. I gotta turn my water on because it did not rain like I was going to. Well, no, I gotta cut grass tomorrow, so no, I don't want to get the hose out yet. So we will not do that. I'll show you the garden. I'm just not gonna get the hose. All right. Spray this down. This is a ammonia mix that I put down there to make sure that no bugs or anything gets in anything. So then we I'm kind of anal making sure make sure everything's clean. There we are. Talk to me, everybody. Woohoo! I know, right? You guys are like, he's weird. And you guys would all be correct. I am very weird. I admit that I'm weird, though. Okay? So you don't have to tell me. I admit it. And then I'm going to get some water and some soap in these guys here. They're done for the day. Oops, and these guys are done. Which are my, just liquid dish soap. Okay. Liquid dish soap. Gonna let it soak, get all that syrup off. Don't worry, I'm gonna wash all these proper. Just filling them right now so they can soak. There we are. Put our mess away. Alright. Chocolate chips. Pecan halves goes up there. Measuring cups, which we'll use again when I come back in. Ground clove, put up there. Okay. We're good. Watermelon, everything's okay there. Alright, everything else is alright. Alright, these are all clean. These are clean rags. Alright, so let's go out and take a look at the garden. Okay, let's join me. There we are. Alright, so let's go out and take a look at the garden. Okay, let's join me. There we are. And we'll go out there right now. Hold on, I gotta talk to me here, everybody. I'm here on there now. I can talk to you guys while I'm getting the next part of everything ready. But I have to, I think I only have one thing to put in the fridge. Okay. So, alright, let's go outside. Let's take a look at the garden. Alright, I'm going to go outside like this. Here we go. And I'm going to see how much water I need to put into the garden. Here we go, everybody. Alright, I'm going to switch the camera around so you guys can see the garden. Alright, so now, yep, I actually put like the apples, the cores, everything I took over, which I'll put on here in a little bit. I was over with the buffalo earlier today. So now we have the garden. And yes, that's been smoking since, man, I got some, you know what's really funny? All that you see in there, those are all tomatoes. That's funny. My pit that's been burning all day long. It's been burning since Sunday. Alright. It's been burning since Sunday. Alright, so that's all tomatoes, which is really, really funny. So, I know, I gotta go through, but I widen my rows. My sunflowers are coming up okay. Let's see here. These are the rows, and those are just tomatoes in the middle, which they're not supposed to be. It's just because of all the years of having all the different tomatoes. I'm seeing if what the soil's like right now. And these are all sunflowers coming up on two sides, so I'll have two sides of sunflowers. But I don't understand so I can see how big they're getting. Alright, so I can see how big they're getting. Alright, and how many more need to come up. But if you look here, just start that, let me turn that back around. But if you look here, just start that, let me turn that back around. So you can see them. Some of them are doing okay. Right? Okay. Cauliflower is doing okay. There's more stuff. That's all herbs. Yeah, I know, I got a lot of stuff. I've been putting this over. There's more stuff. That's all herbs. Yeah, I know, I got a lot of stuff. I've been putting this over here for the birds and stuff. So yeah, I got a mess there, but I'll put it underneath the dirt. It'll act as mulch. I'm not too worried about it. So you guys get to see the garden stuff. So yeah, I got a mess there, but I'll put it underneath the dirt. It'll act as mulch. I'm not too worried about it. So you guys get to see the garden. And as you can see, these are the ones, like I said, these are the ones I do hydroponics with. I'm planting a few more things right here, and I'm gonna find out, I don't know. I got 6 rows of corn. We'll see. We'll see how that goes, okay? So for anybody that wanted to know what's going on with all this stuff, now what I have to do now is I got some flower, I got some more pots I got to put outside, and I'll take you guys over to see the roses. I'm not gonna, now I will give my I'll give my bird bath some. Let me look at my bird bath. Oh. Alright, so here, let me do this real quick. I need to get my brush so I can brush it out for them. Yes, I brush out my bird bath for the birds so that, yes, I brush out my bird bath for the birds so that you get that, because the squirrels get in there and they put things and it starts growing algae. So what I do is I actually clean my bird bath. Now I'll clean it better tomorrow, but there we are. Oh, and of course, make sure you can catch it. So, all right, so that's for the birds. Get them all really going. Angry Marine, what's going on, Devil? Hey, Devil Dog. Caroline, Judith. Angry Marine, where you from and what's your MOS, my friend? So, all right. Getting that up there. Alright, so we got that out there. I will... There we go, turn that off. Alright, now I gotta go outside and do it. So, what I'm gonna do, you guys saw me doing the pies. Of course, I come inside and everything falls down because it's windy out, or it's windy. I've got the exhaust fan. Come inside and everything falls down because it's windy out, or it's windy. I've got the exhaust fan on, but I have more pots to put out. So we're gonna grab some of these pots. As you can see right here, I got some more pots to put out. And then my flowers and my roses. Okay, now I'm going on to my roses, and there's gonna be a rabbit. I'm sure the rabbit's out here somewhere because he just loves driving me bonkers. So, as you can see, the roses I grew from seed, they're growing. I will put more water on them though. And then I got some more tubs here, but I'm gonna do something different with that. Caroline, how are you? Caroline, how are you? I don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll do it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one right there. I got some nicer ones coming, but right now I'm gonna put one right there. I'm gonna put one right there. I'm gonna put some flowers out here eventually. These have to go inside, and those are just. Oh, I get a lot of pots so that my flowers. So I can put my flower. So I want to then. I got to. So I want to then. I got to turn the water on. I'm gonna put another pot right there. Okay, so when all these have flowers in them, you guys tell me when all these have flowers in them, it should look nice. Okay, so when all these have flowers in them, you guys tell me when all these have flowers in them, it should look nice. Right now it doesn't look nice because I don't got flowers and everything yet. Okay, so I'm putting flowers and everything in it. Then I got more roses coming. Yeah, I know. You guys, I'm not. I'm gonna put the two there. And all right, so we do that. Let me turn the water on back here. Of course, the second I go in there, the rabbits and everything will take off running because they know they're not supposed to be back here because they eat my roses. All right. So, all right. Now, but it looks like I do. But it looks like I do. All right. So I got to get my roses. Lots of water. The more water they get, they're getting really big. But then, unfortunately, the rabbits try to get to them early this year. But you'll be able to see. Well, so anyway, I will be on later. I'm going to go ahead and get off here now. But I will talk with everybody in just a little bit, and we will do the crust when I get inside. I've got to get this done, and I need 2 hands to do it. So I will talk with everybody in a little while.